There are motorcycles, and then there are legends. Machines that transcend the usual boundaries of time, trends, and technology. The Norton Commando isn't just one of them, it defines that category. To talk about the Commando is to talk about heritage. About the scent of oil and leather in an English garage. About the unmistakable roar of a parallel twin engine tearing through the quiet countryside. This is not a review of just another motorcycle. This is a reflection on one of the most iconic two-wheeled creations ever made. The Norton Commando made its debut in 1967, at a time when British motorcycles ruled the roads, yet cracks in the empire were beginning to show. Japanese manufacturers were flooding the market with reliable, high-revving machines. And while brands like Triumph and BSA were grappling to keep up, Norton chose a different path. Instead of playing catch-up, they chose to reinvent. The Commando was their answer. A motorcycle that combined muscular performance with innovative engineering and elegant, unmistakably British design. What set the original Commando apart wasn't just its 750 cubic centimeters engine or its impressive power for the time. It was the revolutionary Isolastic frame system, a genius piece of engineering that allowed the engine and gearbox to be rubber-mounted, reducing the bone-rattling vibrations that plagued most British twins. For the first time, riders could enjoy the torque and character of a big British twin without numbing their hands and feet. That innovation alone won over thousands. But the Commando didn't stop at comfort. It was beautiful. Sleek. Purposeful. It had presence. From its elongated tank to the narrow waistline, from the chrome twin exhausts to the single round headlamp, it was a motorcycle that spoke to you, even when standing still. Riders fell in love not just with how it rode, but with how it looked and felt. It wasn't just transportation. It was identity. Fast forward several decades, and the Norton name went through a turbulent history, changes in ownership, closures, resurrections. Yet somehow, the Commando survived. Not as a relic, but as a reborn classic. The modern Norton Commando 961 is a direct descendant of the original, but it's not a copy. It's a tribute. A continuation. A love letter to a time when motorcycles had soul, and a very deliberate decision to preserve that soul in the 21st century. When you lay eyes on the modern Commando, whether it's the 961 Sport, the Café Racer, or the SF, you immediately notice the attention to detail. This isn't mass production. This is art. Hand-built in England, every Commando is assembled by craftsmen who understand that motorcycles aren't just machines. They're stories. The brushed aluminum, the stitched leather seats, the signature Norton tank badge, everything exudes character and heritage. It's a motorcycle that demands to be appreciated slowly, with patience and admiration. But the Commando isn't just about the past. Underneath that classic skin lies a very capable and satisfying modern machine. The 961 cubic centimeters air-cooled parallel twin engine might not post staggering figures on paper, about 80 horsepower and 80 newton-meters of torque, but numbers were never the point. It's about how that power is delivered. The torque curve is fat, the throttle response is direct, and the sound, is a rich, guttural growl that rumbles through your chest and stirs something deep inside. It's intoxicating in the way that only mechanical purity can be. The gearbox is a 5-speed unit, deliberate, mechanical, and engaging. There's no quick shifter here, no ride-by-wire, no traction control or rider modes. What you get is an unfiltered connection to the road, to the machine, and to yourself. Every shift is an action. Every rev is a decision. It rewards the rider who is present, mentally and physically. You don't ride this bike half-heartedly. You commit to it. On the road, the Commando rides like a Café Racer should. The geometry is tight but forgiving. The Olean suspension, both front and rear, is plush enough for country roads but firm enough to inspire confidence in the corners. Brembo brakes provide precise stopping power, and while there may not be ABS on older models, the feel at the lever is excellent. It's a bike you learn quickly. One that becomes a partner more than just a tool. It leans intuitively, accelerates with a muscular grunt, and stops with grace. But here's the thing, this motorcycle isn't for everyone. If you're looking for the latest electronics, mind-blowing performance figures, or maintenance-free ownership, there are better options out there. But if you're looking for connection, if you're looking for something that tells a story every time you thumb the starter, if you want a motorcycle that feels alive, not programmed, then the Norton Commando is for you. Owning a Commando is like owning a classic watch or a fine leather-bound book. It's not about convenience. It's about experience. About ritual. About beauty. It's about knowing that what you have is rare, and that it's been made not just by machines, but by hands that care. Of course, this level of craftsmanship comes at a cost. The Commando is not cheap. It's a premium motorcycle, and rightly so. And yes, sourcing parts or finding service centers can be a challenge, depending on where you live. But for those who choose it, these are small sacrifices for what they gain in return. There's a reason Norton still matters after more than a century. There's a reason the Commando name still makes riders smile, and collectors nod in respect. It represents a kind of riding that's becoming rare, a riding experience where the journey is as meaningful as the destination. Where the sound of the engine, the feel of the clutch, the curve of the road. Everything comes together in a symphony of mechanical harmony. When you ride a Norton Commando, you don't just go from A to B. You travel through time. You ride with ghosts of Café racers past, with the spirit of the Isle of Man, with the echo of hand-built greatness. And when you park it, walk away, and look back, as you always will, it's hard not to smile. Because some motorcycles are built for speed. Some are built for status. But the Norton Commando, it's built for the soul.